Hi friends, Andrea here with a new video for Hip Kit Club. Today is Cut File Tuesday and I will be working with the December kits and one December 2020 exclusive cut file from the Hip Kit Club website. So the other challenge, apart from working with a cut file this week, is to make it a white on white. And we are allowed to use mixed media if I want to, so there will be a tiny bit of that, plus an accent color. That accent color I'll be working with, it's gonna be pink. I was about to work with blue this month, but I remember that my previous layout from last week had a lot of blue, so I decided to go with pink. So I'm starting with, even though it is a white on white challenge, I'm gonna do that only on one half of the project. So for that, I am gonna cut my cut file in half. I cut the entire piece because I wasn't sure how to make it work. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I actually thought of doing half of the cut file in white and half of the cut file with mixed media on it, but I decided to go a different way instead. So what we're doing is, for my background, I am using just regular thick white cardstock, and that's the same one that I use, to cut the actual cut file. And now I am using textured white cardstock to back my cut file. It might not be really easy to see, but you can see even on camera that you can easily separate the cut file from the backed piece. So it is two different tones of white. So if you ask me, that counts as white on white. And again, we're gonna use only half of this. Once you place the cut file on the actual background cardstock, you can see the difference between both whites. So here's where we are gonna play with the mixed media, and it's gonna be just a few splatters on the color that we're using as our accent color, which is the pink. So, and I'm adding the splatters only on the white half of the paper. I'm using the heat gun to help this dry a little bit faster. And now I am coming with a picture of my daughter. She is wearing pink as part of her clothes. And I also, on that piece of pattern paper, I did add white thread. And so some machine stitching details on the edge of that piece of paper. So now I'm adding a white border around my photo. So the original photo did have the white border, but it was a 4x6 photo, which ended up being too big, and there was a lot of blue also on the rest of the photo that I did not want to be seen. Okay, so now I'm playing with some of the pink Pocket Life cards. That first one that I cut that I have as background will not end up, I'm not gonna end up using it. This one will be here. We're now gonna play with this 3x8 card, and I'm fussy cutting. I'm trying to see if I like those shapes around my picture, kind of like in a frame, creating that visual triangle. And I think it looks really good. So that's gonna be there. Then the journaling bits, there is one tag that has pink in. It's a white tag with a little bit of pink. We're gonna use that. And that's when I decided to replace that piece of, though that was a piece from a Pocket Life card, the one with the snowflakes. Okay, so we are now sure that our splatters are all dry, so we're gonna go ahead and use some double-sided tape to make sure that we can adhere this piece now to our background. And I added machine stitching details also on the white half of the page. Now the same double-sided tape we are going to use to make sure that our cut file stays in place. Okay, and I know that my photo is going to be there. It's going to be mainly practically in the middle of my page. At this moment, I'm not gluing nothing is staying permanently except for those 3 pieces that I am now completely sure that are gonna stay there. Okay, I added off camera, it's not there, you cannot see it, but I added a chipboard sticker tag, and now this is a chipboard sticker frame that I'm cutting in half, and I'm adding 1/2 of that frame on each half of the of my background or my layout. So I'm adding a few pieces of adhesive foam. And now that I know that I do like the way those tags are looking with my picture, I create that and I glue together that cluster so it's easy for me to move it around if necessary. This is one chipboard frame. Cut it in half and then I can add it on different sizes. There is another chipboard sticker frame on the left side now. Some die cuts. Now I'm coming with the stars, and the idea with the stars was trying to get the ones that are solid, that have that solid color in the middle, to be on the left side, and the stars that have only lines and mainly white are staying on the right side of the background to make some contrast with the, what the white half of the page is and the pink one. Let's see what comes left. What comes now, I think I'm still adding some details. I'm coming with this puffy white stickers and adding some of them mainly on the pink side of the page. This one will point towards the white one, but it's mainly to balance what's happening on the opposite corner. And now for my title, we did not have white or pink relatively big alphas, so I'm playing with the silver ones. I'm putting together the word beautiful and adding some adhesive foam on the bags. So I'm not sticking them right on top of the cut file, but you can see the dimension by me adding these pieces of adhesive foam. Now I need to play with them a little bit, move them around, because I felt that was not really looking straight. Now it's not exactly straight, but it looks good for me. And for my journaling, I guess, okay, wait, I'm going with that star, those 2 stars. And as I said, the white ones are on the pink half of the page, and the pink ones are on the white half of the page. I think I'm getting to the journaling pretty soon. Not yet. We're adding this tab on the white half of the paper. And then instead of writing down my journaling, I'll be using these puffy stickers, these phrases, to create or to put together a journaling. And I will combine some of the white ones with a little bit of pink. That one I liked on top. And that's just a different way to play with different ways to put your journaling together, different ways to decorate your page, and also a different way to use the products that we get every month. So I believe this is mainly it. I think off camera I will end up adding a few details. Now the last thing will be the date. This is a photo from 2016, right before we moved to the US. And this is for now. I think I'm looking, try to see if there's anything else that I can add. And yes, there is always something else. My very favorite Nuvo drops, I decided to add them on each one of the circles of the cut file, and they're going in white. And they're white because that on that half is where we're mainly applying the white on white effect. One thing to keep in mind if you decide to go with this is please let those drops dry, especially if the cut file, if you cut it big, those circles are going to be big. And then please do not make the mistake I did and let them dry. So you can see here all the details of the page, all the white and the pink, and how these 2 colors ended up working really well and complementing each other. Here you'll see some of the close-up pictures where you can see all the dimension, the layers, the details on the journaling, the splatters under the cut file, and how those 2 colors contrast really well, but at the same time they complement each other. And that was the whole idea of this project, to have one accent color that gives the page more interest. I hope you enjoyed the video. This was all from me today. Make sure that you check the Facebook page, you check the Facebook group and the blog for more inspiration with the challenge for the week. I hope by now most of the kits are being shipped. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get ours pretty soon. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to get back to you as soon as I can. This was Andrea for Hip Kit Club. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.